In this video, we'll go over the cost of living in Phoenix versus Portland, Oregon.
John Cunningham.
Let's see how the cost of living stacks up in these two very different cities. First, I want to let you know that later on in this video, I'll show you how much house you can buy in Phoenix with the rent money that most people are paying for a 2-bedroom apartment in Portland. And to really save some cabbage when you're moving to Phoenix, check out my free moving kit. Link in the description.
Free, baby.
Now look, I'm a Phoenix guy, so you got to be aware, I'm totally rooting for this place. Now I love Portland too. It's a great looking city, and I can imagine living there during the summers and in Phoenix when it gets crazy hot. Now there's a lot to do here in sunny Phoenix, and if you like spending time in the outdoors, love the city life, good food, sports venues, swimming, and hanging out with friends in the backyard, then Phoenix just might be a good fit for you. Now, let's review the cost of living in Phoenix versus Portland and pay particular attention to the housing costs in Phoenix versus Portland. To do that, we're going to head over to the computer and look at NerdWallet. It's one of my favorite websites, and it allows us to compare big contrasts in major living expenses. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is the NerdWallet website, and I've got Portland, Oregon here, which is the city you currently live in. Maybe you want to move to Phoenix, and I've plugged in an income of $90,000. Now, I think the website's a little bit hard to read on your side. So what I've done is I've created a PDF that we're going to look at, and all the figures that come out of the website, we're going to see in the PDF. So let's switch over to that now. Okay, so now you can see some of the costs coming up, transportation being one of them. And so it's 21% less expensive in Phoenix because gas is a lot cheaper. In Phoenix, $2.69 a gallon, and Portland, $3.22. Food costs, 13% lower in Phoenix, and they give us a few common items like bread, eggs, milk, and so on. But it all adds up to about 13% difference for real common items that you'd buy at the grocery store. Next, entertainment costs. I don't know why, but 26% cheaper in Phoenix. I guess where you go to be entertained in buildings that are that have commercial leases on them, maybe those leases are just a lot more expensive in Portland, and that drives up the cost. I would think that's part of it. And they share some of these here, like movie ticket in Portland, $11.33. In Phoenix, $8.83. Yoga class, $18 versus $17. I guess they're thinking that Heineken beer, a 6-pack, is $10.79 versus $8.98 in Phoenix. I guess that could fall into the entertainment category. Healthcare costs, 22% lower in Phoenix. They go through all the doctor visits, dentist visits, and so on. Now here's the big one. Housing costs, 42% lower in Phoenix. In Phoenix, the average 2-bedroom apartment is going to run you $1,533. In Portland, it's going to run you almost $2,700. And in Portland, the median priced home is going to run you $615,000. That is a lot of cabbage. And in Phoenix, same house, $346,000. Almost half the price, right? Okay, you guys, I picked out a house. It's a great one. So this house is in Phoenix, and let's look at the details right now so you can see just how much house you get for the same money you're paying for rent over in Portland. Good looking house, right? 3-car garage, looks quite modern, built very recently. Beautiful pool in the backyard. Big open floor plan, high ceilings. This is a really good looking house. And I think you might agree. So next thing we want to look at are the numbers. See, this is a $515,000 house. It's just under 3,000 square feet. So let's jump over to the mortgage calculator and see what it would cost you. So if you buy this house and you go with 20% down at these new interest rates, 3.75%, crazy good rates on a 30-year mortgage, you're looking at a principal and interest payment of about $1,900 a month, plus about $500 for taxes and insurance, which is going to bring you up to, what, $2,400 a month. Now, let's say you go with 5% down. Let's see what happens. So now we're looking at a payment of $2,265 a month, plus about $500 for taxes and insurance. Okay, so that is what you can get in Phoenix, Arizona, compared to what you're renting a 2-bedroom apartment for in Portland. Love your city, but man, if you're trying to get ahead, if you're raising a family, it's a lot less expensive to do in Phoenix. And if you've got the jack to do it, if you've got the equity in a current place and you love your city, I totally understand. But if you're just trying to get started in the housing market, buy your first house, maybe a second home, maybe you live in a condo and you just had children and you need more space, man, Phoenix has a lot to offer. Now look, I just want to remind you to check out my moving kit, and to get to know Phoenix better, check out my growing playlist of greater Phoenix neighborhoods. I'll see you there.